Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Welcome back again, and we are now on unit 7 with letters, as you can see here: sa, ta, ta, and the. Now, with this completion of this unit, we will be completing 12 letters, and in this unit, all 4 letters are heavy. Now, these are the heaviest letters in the Arabic language. They don't change. They are always heavy with all the harakas. Not like raw. When raw is light. When is raw light? When it is with kasra. As you can remember, raw with kasra is, you will pronounce it as light, but raw with dhamma and fatha, it is pronounced heavy. What about all these 4 letters? Even though they are with a kasra, they are pronounced heavy. So they are always heavy in any position or with any haraka. So the first letter in this unit we will be doing is the letter ta. And this letter is a heavy letter, and these letters are from the Kalkala letters. Kalkala letters, for the students who are in Tajweed, they know these are the letters which has a property of shaking. Shaking in the sense when you pronounce, when these letters are on sukoon. If they are on sukoon, how do we pronounce them? With any letters like ta, if I take a letter ta with sukoon, how do you pronounce? You pause without lifting your tongue. For example, if I pronounce as at, I will not, after pronouncing the ta, I will not lift up my tongue. I will pronounce it again. At. I cannot say at. It's wrong, totally wrong. You don't have to move your tongue again. It's just at. So when you pronounce ta with a sukoon, for example, if I want to pronounce ta with a sukoon, how will I pronounce? At. I will lift up my tongue. So when you lift up your tongue on this letter with a sukoon, it means it gives you a shaking sound. At. So this is what is called from the Kalkala letters. Kalkala letters are Kutub Jad. If I make all the letters in one word, it's Kutub Jad. Jim and Dal. So this is from the shaking letters. Whenever these letters come with a sukoon, they shake. These letters are like made up into one word to learn it quickly. So whenever these letter comes with a sukoon, they shake, like aqal. If qaf comes with a sukoon and you want to pronounce, it is pronounced as aqal, not aq. You have to shake the letter. Aqal. Ab, then aj, and then ad. So these are from Kalkala letters. So enough of Tajweed rules now. Now let's see the letter ta, and now we will be doing the letter ta. Where is the ta here? It's the after sin, shin, sad, and dad. We have already completed alif, ba, ta, tha, and dal, zal. These are all non-connectors. Sin, sheen, sad, and dot. Now ta, tha, we will be completing all these letters here. Ta and la. So let's see. Ta is a heavy letter. And how do you pronounce it? What is the articulation for the letter ta? It is similar. The position of the makhraj of letter ta, this heavy letter ta, is the same with the Arabic letter we learned before as ta. As we learned, the ta, the makhraj of ta is where? It's just behind your upper incisors. Your tip of the tongue is going to be behind the upper incisors. So, what is the difference when you speak ta? The tip of the tongue is behind your upper incisors. Put the tip of the tongue behind your upper incisors and you speak ta. So this is the normal ta, the light letter ta in Arabic. The makhraj of heavy ta is the same. The only difference is you need to raise up your tongue right now with the heavy ta. From the back, you need to raise your tongue and touch the roof of your mouth or the palate of your mouth. So this is the only difference between ta and ta. So you can you can hear the sound with ta, it's light sound, and with heavy ta, it's ta. So it is heavy. When you raise the back of your tongue, it will become heavy. So as you can see, here it is written, it is just like the English ta, but it is heavy. It's not exactly like an English T. In English, you see T, but it's not T. It's ta. It's ta. Then the tip of the tongue and the roots of the two upper central incisors, the makhraj of the heavy ta. But the only difference is you need to raise up your tongue from the root of your tongue. Ta is a heavy letter, remember that. Now here you can see ta with the short vowels and ta with long vowels, alif, ya and waw. Then ta is with shaddas, and now shadda and fatha, shadda and kasra, shadda and dhamma. So ba and ta, ba to. How will you pronounce ba and ta? Bat, and then ta with fatha, ba ta. Ba ta with sukoon, the first letter with sukoon, ba, and then kathra, ba ti. Now ba and ta with sukoon, bat, and then dhamma, ba to. So that's how you pronounce. See, the sound of ta and ta is totally different. So whenever you come across these two letters, make sure that you pronounce it correctly. Otherwise, the meaning of the word changes in Arabic. So let's quickly go to the box here, and these are the random words. Ta with ya, toi, ta fatha ya, toi, toi, and ra dhamma. So here ra is heavy and ta is heavy. So how will you pronounce? Toiru, toiru. Ta and ya, toyur, and this is the long vowel to, and ya, toyur. Toyur means bird. Toir means the flying. Noon fatha ta, naq, and then ta fatha, naqta. Ra ta, rat, bi. Ya ta ya, yatiru. Yatiru means to fly. And sad, ra, sira, ra alif, sirata. So this is a heavy. Here ra is also heavy, sad is also heavy. So in this letter, three letters are sirata. This is how you pronounce the letters in Arabic. So let's see, comparing ta and ta. Ta, ta. Tu, tu. Ti, tri. Ta, ta. Tu, tu. So that's the difference between the sounds in ta and ta. Ti, tri. Tannu, tannu. Taba, taba. Tinu, tinu. Sabtu, sibtu. My friends, don't be scared that the letters are very difficult to pronounce. These come actually slowly with practice. If you think that the makhraj or the articulation is not good with you, you may join some tajweed class, because it's really important. When you read Quran, you don't make mistakes with letters. If you make mistake with the letters, the meaning changes. So in order to get the correct articulation and makhraj, you should learn tajweed. And when learning Arabic language, learning the correct makhraj is very important. So it doesn't come with this book. This book is actually designed for learning the Arabic scriptures. But it is also giving you some information on the makhraj, but this is not enough. You should learn tajweed in a proper classroom or with a proper teacher, where you can focus on the makhraj only. So this is my small advice for the students who wants to learn the correct makhraj. So let's see with the letter ta. Here in this box, when letter ta is in the initial letter ta with fatha, ba and qa. Ta, ba, qa. Now here this is also a shaking letter, and qaf is also a shaking letter, and ba is also. Remember kutub, jad, all three are shaking. So here tabaqa, how I will read tabaqa, tabaqa. So this is all shaking letters until and unless you see sukoon over it. It only shakes when there is a sukoon. But right now all three of them have a haraka like fatha and dhamma. So no need to shake here. Tabaqa. So it's tabaqa. But the last letter, when you stop on the last letter, it is a reading rule in Arabic. Whenever you read a word, like in this case, tabaq. Why I'm stopping on qaf with sukoon? Because when you read and stop on the last letter, you assume that there is a sukoon on the kaf. So you stop on the last letter. You don't say tabaqun, tabaqun. No, you cannot say while reading and when you want to stop. But if the word is in between sentence and you don't want to stop, then you read the harakas over it. But right now I want to stop on qaf, so I will read tabaq. That's why I am shaking on letter kaf, qaf, tabaq. طبق. I'm shaking the letter qaf. But if I'm reading continuously and I join matar with it, طبق مطر قط صراط. So that's how I will read when I keep joining the words together. So tabak means plate. Matar means rain. Now you can see the letter heavy ta is in between, and the formation of ta, it doesn't change like in the letter ta, ba, tha. It's written in full form. But and what is the other point? It can be joined from both the sides. And here ta and ra is heavy. Qaf is also heavy, and from the kalkala letters, and ta is also heavy. Qitun, qit. Now, if I want to stop on letter ta, how will I stop? Since it is from the kalkala letters, qittu, qittu. I will lift up my tongue. Qittu. Now, siratun, siratun. Here, all three letters are heavy. And if I want to stop on ta, how will I read? Sirat. And if I want to continue, siratun. So this is how we read in Arabic. Notice ta is in all cases it is written in full form and on the line. Disconnected from both the sides, and it is not cut from any side, as I told you. Like in case of ba, what did you do? We cut it in between and we took the first portion, the initial portion of letter ba, ta and tha. In this case, it's written in full form in all cases. So now we will do the writing portion of ta. So I hope that you understand how to write ta. I will do a separate video in writing all these 12 letters, inshallah. So it will be very clear for you to see how a word in Arabic is written in joining letters. We will do all the random words like these in my separate video. But for now, let's see ta. So how are you going to start? Will you start with the stem of the ta? No. Ta is written always like a sad. How you wrote sad? From in between, making a small circle and a tail, and then you put the line on ta. So this is how you write the ta in Arabic. Now this is with fatha, again with a sad and ta. This is how you write ta. And just you learned how to make sad, it's the same. And in last you write the stem of the ta. Dhamma. Now here how you join with ta. First of all, you make a noon, and then make the sword with the tail and put a stem. Natta. It's the same. Now with ba, ba is the same. If you want to join, you need to join with the tail of the ba. Ba with fatha and ta with shadda and kasra. Either you write a kasra below shadda or here. It's both is acceptable. Now ra with fatha and then ta with shadda and dhamma. Now what happens with ta and ta? Some may write like this because I also have a bad habit of writing with firstly with the stem and then making the circle of the ta, but it's not correct way to write it. So ta, make a tail, leave a tail with the ta, then again make the sod and put a stem. Ta and ta. So this is how you write ta. So let's come to the exercise 2. Aina ta. You need to find the letter ta in all these random words, and here I have given the word meanings. As you can see, the word meanings here. Sirat, is there a ta here? Yes, it is circled for you. Qit, yes, there is a ta. You can circle it. Sabrun, there is no ta. There is no ta. Ta'am, yes, there is. Matar, rain, yes, there is in between. Subh, morning, there is no ta. Teen, yes, there is, and it is the initial letter. Sidqan is truthful, there is no ta. And sahib, companion, there is no ta. So let's see in exercise number 3. Sil was sili. So as I've told you, this is command for male and this is command for female. Sil means to connect. Ta and ba, it is already connected. And what about ta and ya? Let's see. So how will I write? First making the round shape of the ta and leaving the tail, and then putting the stem. Now you need to join the ya with this tail. So it's better to make the round of the ta and continue with the ya and putting the dots and then putting the stem. So this can also be done. Ta and ra. So we will do this with ra. So first you will write the circle and with the tail going continuing a little bit above and going down and a slant line with a hook. So this we did. No need to make a small dent over here as we did in the case of sword. It will go straight over, make the ra and then put the stem of the ta. So both ways can be done. Ba, leave the tail. Make the round shape of the ta, leave the tail. Put the dot and put the stem. This is how you write. Dal, a slant line and then a curve, dal. And then ta will be written. For those who are new, you can write like this, but please don't make a habit of it because I also have a bad habit of making it with firstly with the stem and then the circle. Then ta is with noon. So making it like a sad, continuing the same line just above the line, going just like ra, coming down, making the half circle and coming up. So this is noon and then put the stem. Ta and dal. So let's do with dal. Continue with the tail going up, coming down and then curve. Then put the stem. Ta with seen. So let's continue. First with seen. Tail and then making the W of seen and then the pot belly of seen. So complete making the letter and then put the stem. In case of ya, we know we will take the half portion, leave the tail. Then make the circle joining with the ya and then putting the tail. Ra is a non-connector from the left side. So we will make it separately and then ta is separate. So sorry, I'm making with the stem first and then making the round shape. Don't follow this incorrect way. You first make the round shape and then put the stem. This is the acceptable way of writing ta. So now there are, let me see, yes. Now sirat. What about sirat? Now there are 4 letters. So first make a sad. How do we make sad? Same way, but just a line in between. Now this is to show you that this is not a ta. When you make this small dent or some line like this shows that this letter is sad. What happened in ta? Did we make a line here? Did we make it? No. So this is the only difference between ta, making a ta, and making a sad. So let's see. First we make a sad and leave a line. What is after sad? Ra. So continuing with the tail of the sad, going up, coming down, and a slant line with a hook. Ra. Ra is not connected from the left side, so Alif will be written separately. And since Alif is not connected from the left side, Ta will be written separately. So now we are writing Ta in the same way as Sad, but we are not making this small dent here, a stem. This is how we write Sirat. Now Ta ba ya ba. Ta is the first letter, just like Ta, but we are not going to make this in between a stem. Then continuing with the tail of ta, ba. So what is the rule of writing ba? Ba will be in half portion. Continuing ba. Then ya is also half. Continuing ya. And then continuing ba in full. So ta, ba. Ya. Now putting the dots in the end and ba. So this is how you write continuing in a continuation. Ba, ta, and ra. Ba, leave the line. Then continue the round. You need to take a space, so much space, so that it goes and touches with the tail of the ba. And then ra. Continue making the ra with the tail of the ta, going up, down with a slant and a hook, and then in the last put the stem of ta. Ta, ya, wa, and ra. How are we going to write? We will continue with the tail first. So the round and the tail, ya, half. Then continue with the tail of the ya, making a round and going down, and just like a ra. Now this wa has a round shape above, sitting just on the line. Now waw is also from the non-connector, so it cannot be joined from the left side. So ra is written separately. Now we will put the stem and the dots. Tuyur. This is, I think, tuyur. Now let's see the ifsili means. Ifsil means to separate it. Na, ta, ba, ba. Noon. In this exercise, you need to remember the full form of the letters. Ta and ba and ba. Now, ya, ta, ya, and ba. Ta, noon, ta, and noon. Ta, sorry, again I've done the same mistake. Wow and ra. And seen and ta and wow and ra. So let's go to the exercise 5. Tabaq. How do we write tabaq? Ta. Continue with the tail ba. And continue again making a round and the pot belly. Now put the stem ta, fatha, ba, fatha, kaf, and tanween, dhamma. Taba, tabaqun. Then matar. Now mim is from here, making a round anti-clockwise and leaving a tail. Then making the round shape of the ta, joining with the tail of the meme, and then either you make the ra continue and then put the stem, or first put the stem then make the ra. Anyways, you can do it ma ta run. What about qit? Now qaf is made clockwise. The round of the qaf is made clockwise. Leave the tail, then make the round shape of the ta. Remember, make sure that the tail touches with the round of the ta, and then putting the stem, the two dots of the qaf, and kasra, ta with shadda, and damatain. Qittun. Now, what about sirat? Now, sirat, make the sad, and don't forget this dent, say with kasra, and continue with the tail of the sad, ra, and alif is written separately. Why? Because ra is not connected from the left side. Ra with fatha, as we know the rule for the long vowel. What is the rule? That if alif comes, it represents with fatha. The previous letter will always have a fatha. So ra and then ta. Leave the tail, make a stem, and then siratun. This is how you write the letters or the random words in Arabic. So let's go to the next letter, la. Now this letter la is where these both look alike. The only difference is that it has a dot above the circle, or above the I. You can say I of ta and la. There is a dot above it. You can see how it looks like here. So now what do you know about this letter? So this letter is also a heavy letter. Now in pronouncing this letter, do you remember the letter dal? The letter dal we did, it was a very light letter, and from where did we speak, or the articulation? Do you remember the articulation of dal and tha? See, the dal and tha, the tip of the tongue was in between upper incisors and the lower incisors, and we spoke the letter dal and tha. Now the position of the tip of the tongue will be the same, but what will be the difference? Since it is a heavy letter, in order to make a letter heavy, what you do? You raise the tongue. You raise your tongue and the letter gets a heavy sound. So let's see, in pronouncing the, now whenever you see the th in English, it represents the Arabic letter the. It represents letter the, but it's heavy. And in English, how you pronounce this, so it's the same in Arabic, and it is a heavy sound. So what is the articulation? The tip of the tongue and the tips of the two upper central incisors. So this is how you pronounce and make your tongue heavy. So it's Allah. Now place the tip of the tongue in between your lower and upper incisors, but don't don't bite your tip of the tongue tightly. Just keep the tip of the tongue and raise the tongue behind and say Allah, Allah. So that's how you pronounce the heavy letter La. Now here, as you can see, these are the letter La is with all the short vowels, long vowels. And how do you speak with the kasra? As we did in Ra, Ra is a spoken light when it is with kasra. But what happens with this letter? It is always heavy, even if it is with a kasra. So how you speak with alif, wa, we, and dhu. So that's how you speak the letter wa. Now wa, now we, now dhu. This is how you do with the shadda. And now we come to some random words. Waba and you, wab you, wab you. Okay, wab you. Yadhunnu, yadhunnu. Yuna, Okay, يناظر يناظر, and it's a very heavy always, because here it's a kasra. Even though it's a kasra, you have to pronounce it heavy. نظير نظير. Then we'll see the difference, or compare the letter wa and the. The wa, ذو ذو, the we, the ذا, ذو ذو, the we, ذب ضب, ذل ظل, نذر نظر. Now there is the difference. نذر, see how I have made these two letters light and this one heavy. نذر. This is how you speak and learn in tajweed, how to make letters heavy and light. So نذر. Now you can see the difference here in these two letters, how I make them heavy. Na, wa, ra. So this is how the difference is noted in when you hear the letters which are heavy, which are light. Nadhiru. I've made this heavy. Nadhi. This is the light letter. Nadhiru. Since ra is with dhamma, so it will be heavy. And then this is the heavy letter, but it is with kasra. So nawiru. This is heavy. Nawiru. Both of them are heavy here. Now let's see. The letter wa is the same. The writing rules for wa is all the same. Everything is the same. The difference is only the dot. So wahru. Wahr means your back. Wahar means something behind or back. Wahar here is your back. And alm. Alm is the bones. Hawu. Now here this is, ha is the whispering letter. It has the quality of whispering here. Ha. And wa is heavy. Hawu. Hawu. And it's a light kaf. Kavu. Now how I'm making it light and heavy, you can see. Kavu. This is how you pronounce. Kavu. You need to see which letters are light and which letters are heavy in order to speak the correct pronunciation of a word. So here you can see it can be joined from both the sides. Initially it's written in full form, in between it's full, and when it is in the last it's written in full, and when it is in isolated, written in full. So let's see. How do we write wa here? Let's see. So it's the same like we did in heavy ta, just a dot. Then ta, yes, leave the tail with the stem, and then put a stem and dot. Now ba, then ba and ta. Dha, it's dha. Then dha, ra. Make the ra first, then put the stem. Ya, join the and then put the stem. Dal is a non-connector written separately. Then dha is written separately. Wow is a non-connector written separately, and then dha. So this is how you are going to write letter wa. So let's see in exercise number 2. Aina wa. Dhillu, shadow. You can take the meanings from here. Dhillu is a shadow. Yes, there is. Vannu, to think or to doubt also, when you doubt or when you think, like thinking too much, so you are doubting. So the meaning is the same. You can find the wa in the initial. Dhama'u is the thirst. Yes, there is wa. There is no wa. طعام. This is ta without dot. So there is no la here. مطر, no la. عظيم means great. There is a la here. طين, no la here. It's a ta. عظام, عظام is bones, and عظام, the is in the middle. Battle, hero, there is no la. It's a heavy ta. So let's connect the letters here. La and ya. So first we will make the I and then continue with the ya. Then put the stem and dot. So wa and noon. We will continue with the I and the noon first and then the stem. Ra and dal, same. We will continue with the I and dal going up and coming down. Then put the stem and dot. Ra and ra. So Ra and ra continued. Then put the stem. Then ba and la. Leave the tail of ba and then join with the I and then the stem. Wow is a non-connector, so it will be written separately. Wa, first we will connect with the noon just like ba. Then another noon. Then another ta, but it is in the last letter, so it will be written full form. So now you put the stem and dot. So noon, noon and ta. Noon, ra and ta. Ra and ta. So noon, continue with the tail. With the I, continue with the ra. Ra is a non-connector. Make the ta as a full and then put the stem and now the dot of the noon and the dot of the ra. Sad. Now the difference between sad and the I of wa is the small dent here, and then make the I. This is very important in writing sad. This makes the difference that this is letter sad. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah, and then the I of wa. Yeah. Ra is a non-connector and the will be written separately. Now, there are so many letters here, 5 letters. So, let's see how we will join all these letters here. So, let's start with the I of the wa. Then continue with the tail ba. Continue with the tail ya. Continue ta. Because these are all similar letters. And then lastly, there is ya. So, make the pot belly of ya. Now put the stem, the dots now. Ba has 1 dot. Okay. Ya has 2 dots. And ta has 2 dots. So you can see there is a tail left here and then ba is made. Okay. Then wa, continue with the I, noon and wow. So this is noon and then you make the moment you lift up the pen on the wow, make the stem with the wa and dot. And then you continue noon separately as the last letter, making like a half moon. Now, ifsil and ifsili is to separate the letters. Yeah. This exercise makes you to practice to remember the full form of years. All the letters. Noon and wa and ra. Then la, ba and ya. Then ya, la, noon, wow and noon. Then noon, la and ra and ta. There are 5 letters. And ya. Then noon, elif, wa, ra and ya. This is how to separate the letters. Now let's see how you write. قل وانسخ means to say and write. So ظهر First, the I. Let's start with the I. Now, this is the letter Ha we will do at the end of this book because all these letters are in the last units. So, I will show you slowly how to make this letter. For now, Wa. Continue with the tail of the I of the Ta. So, it will be made clockwise here, going down anti-clockwise, then same coming back on the line and then making the Ra. Then put the stem, the dots, the fatha, the sukoon and the dhamma. So these things are put in the last. First you need to make all the letters. So it is like a bow. You can make number 8. How you write 8 is the same. Some may write 8 like this. So it's the same way you make with the tail. It's the same way you make Ha in Arabic. Some may write 8 like this, but it's not. This is the correct way of making Ha in between. Alim. Ain is made like this. Ain. Then continue with the Ta. And now Mim. So Mim is also you will learn in the lessons, coming lessons. So Mim, how are you going to write Mim? Continue with the tail. Come back. Either you can write like this or you can write like this. Sorry. Okay, you can write like this. Meme. Coming back like this. Almond. Almond. With the tail, I will write again so you can see how it's written. Almond. Halmu. Ha. These are all the later units. Ha. Then I'll make the va. Okay. Halbun. And ikadun. Now this kaf is made separately, joining with the tail. Then alif is joined from the right side, and then it's written separately. So ikadun. Ikaz means market. I'll write it again for wahrun. Wa. Continue with the I. This is how you write wahrun. Azimun. Now we will learn azim. Continue with the I. Then just like how you did here is the same. But now you need to go down, leave a tail below the line. Azim, azmun, azmun. And here ha. Ha is made like this, but it is made like a sad, eye of law and sad, but you need to go down and make a little pointed and rest it on the line. Ha. And then the eye of the law and stem. How one. Ain. How do you make kaf? Go up. It's like a Z, but it's not like Z actually. Made it like a Z. It's a ka one. Okay. So this is how you write va. So with this we have come to the end of the lesson or unit number 7, sa, tad and ta and dha. So letters we know are ba, ta, tha, noon, ya. We all did. Here these are all 6 non-connectors. These are all 6 non-connectors. Seen, sheen. They look alike, so they've been done together. These two look alike and these two are look alike. Here. So it's easy to memorize letters, Arabic letters like this. So how they look alike together, the only difference are the dots. In Seen and Dad, Dha, and in Ta and Tha, there are only difference with the dots. So let's see some random words here. Satrun. Satrun means line. The line you make, the line you draw is satr. And Tayr, bird. Wabu is steenbok, it's an animal. And Daud, Prophet Daud, it's the name of Prophet Daud alayhi salam. Vannu, to doubt or to think. Okay, both. It's both. So this is the end of the lesson, unit number 7, and we have completed 12 letters. And there is a small hadith here as amman yujibul mudtarra إذا it's not a hadith actually, it is the ayah from the Quran. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون. So this is how you pronounce each and every letter in Arabic. Otherwise, the meanings change here. What is the meaning of this line? Is not he better than your gods? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that isn't he better than all the gods that you pray to? Who responds to the distressed one? Who responds? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds to the distressed ones when he calls on him. And who removes the evil? He removes the evil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes the evil and makes you inheritors of the earth, the leaders on the earth, generations after generations. Is there any ilah or God with Allah? Little is that you remember. The dhakkara means to remember. So this is the end of our unit number 7. I'll be back with another video with the new unit. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.